by Al Harrington, who's third on the team in both points and in rebounds. For Washington, they have to shoot a lot better than they did last night. Indy is the third best defensive team holding their opponents to 84 points a game. Washington had to shoot at least 85% from the field and much better than the 62% they shot from the free throw line. I mean, half of these figures inside, whether any goes with the strong lineup or the big lineup, they have got to get productive from the painted area. And that means rebounding, totally playing, and superior defense. Especially when you're talking about going against the name here. Shot Colton, holding on nine. Working for that game with Duke Callahan and Jason Phillips. As we mentioned, second of three meetings between these teams. This is winning the first 93-79 December 9th. Last year they split 4 games. Indiana won the first 2 by 4 on Washington, and by 16 at Topeka. Duke then won the next 2 by 3 in overtime here at MCI Center, and by 5 at Canseco. And they'll play twice more this season as the Pacers come off a loss last night to the Rockets in Indianapolis, 78-74. Just their second loss in 14 games. That loss snapped a 5-game winning streak. Of course, the Wizards were in Boston, where they lost to the Celtics 100-89.
Yeah, this Indiana team had some very big games. Of course, they are the team that snapped Detroit's 14-game winning streak. They went into New Jersey, a team that's beaten them in the playoffs the last couple of years. Got wins there, so they've had a tremendous stretch in this month and over the last 14 games.
Steve Buckhatz and Phil Chenier, and we're here for 7 straight games, 2 weeks at home for the Wizards. And let's see if they can take advantage of this. Of course, they open up with maybe the toughest opponent that they could, the Indiana Pacers.
Certainly the hottest team in the league right now.
Larry Hughes takes a off-balance jumper and hits, sandwiched in between 2 defenders.
And as I mentioned, this is a very good team defensively. They hold their opponents to right around 84 points a game. That's third best in the league. They try and slow the pace down and work the half court.
Jamal Tinsley pulls up and misses everything, but Foster's there. The clock did not reset. Foster shoots and misses, and it's chased down by Hughes. Larry averaging 19 points a game. Drives off the glass, no good. He was looking for a foul and doesn't get it. 2-on-1 advantage as Artest fumbles the ball. And they come up with it. He's got a bad hand.
He's got a bad, you can see it taped the left hand, and he's been really struggling with his shooting, under 30% the last 5 games.
Tinsley left wide open, and a loose ball foul on Washington. It'll be called on Atan Thomas.
It's Jeff Foster, the player that fighting for the rebound. He leads the team in offensive rebounds, and he's an active player that knows his role there, keeping busy and making something good happen. In fact, last night's game against Houston was the first game this year that Jeff Foster has failed to get an offensive rebound. So he's been good for this team.
Reggie off a screen, cuts into the lane and lays up an easy finger roll, but too strong.
Well, it's not as easy as it looks because at that point.
Brevin Knight into the lane, short jumper good. Wizards out to a 4-0 lead. Last night, Brevin a little uncharacteristic with 5 turnovers against the Celtics.
Yeah, he was upset at himself at the game, after the game.
And now, excuse me, Phil, Kwame Brown will be whistled for a foul.
I was going to say, that's the beauty of this game. There's always tomorrow's game. Kwame Brown, a little smirk on his face. Interesting. You talk about Atan and Brian Grant looking alike. How about Kwame and Jermaine O'Neal?
They look, to me, they look exactly alike with the headband and everything, yeah. The hair pulled back, and they both have that kind of baby face.
Yeah, and about the same size.
Yep. Pacers average 14.7 turnovers a game, 12th in the league, so they're pretty good in that department. While the Wizards are now dead last as Hughes hits and Washington out to a 6-0 lead.
What concentration. Reggie Miller lost his footing, but he went out of sight right around the feet of Larry Hughes. So often you'll find a shooter will lose his concentration to look to see where that defender is.
Ron Artest with a Gus Johnson type fadeaway jumper, that 1D up in the air. Thomas inside, he slams it in. Great pass from Knight.
Led him right to the basket. Even though there was still a crowd around there, Ton had to handle that pass well.
In speaking with Eddie Jordan prior to the game, he said one of the things that maybe they didn't expect was the inability, as Foster scores, of his big men to be able to handle the ball inside, or in this case, not handle the ball inside. And that's been one of the problems for the Wizards this season.
Right. Handle some good passes that would lead to easy baskets. That time, though, Ton got back down. He wanted a charge on Foster.
And an offensive foul is called on Jarvis Hayes.
I think he's reacting a little bit to Ron Artest, who from the get-go is going to get out and play you physical. Watch this pass. Nice bounce pass to Atan, and he finishes strong.
And the play is stopped here by Jason Phillips. Wizards leading 8-4. Washington 12-29. This time last year, the Wizards were one game above 500 at 21-20. As they got set to head into the All-Star break. Miller, good play. Larry Hughes, and a loose ball foul is called on Larry Hughes.
Well, Reggie Miller is one of those players that is always throws those arms. Watch, Larry does a good job defensively to block this pass. Now, Reggie goes up, he falls down a little awkwardly, and the official gets the call. Larry picks up his first foul.
Miller backs up off the screen. That's his shot, but he missed it. Kwame Brown. Was it Kwame that tipped it in?
I think it was. He felt the presence of Jermaine, I believe, on his back, so he wanted to keep it away from him, so he was at least trying to tip it forward. Unfortunately, he banked it in.
That could be the answer to a very obscure trivia question. Jumper by night is good, which would be how many points did Kwame Brown score for the Indiana Pacers in 3 years for the Wizards?
Unfortunately, he won't get credit.
No, he won't. That's a tough break when you go up like that. You got a guy on your back.
You're right.
Wizards 5 of 6 from the field, and again, contact inside, and this time, Sean Corbin says it's an offensive foul.
Well, Ron Artest not reacting negatively to that call. He's been battling with Jarvis inside, and Jarvis, of course, trying to establish himself in this league, has to show he's not going to back down. And there's the contact right there in the middle. A little bit of reaction from Artest.
10-6 Washington. Here's Jarvis. Kwame in the paint. Takes the jump hook and misses. O'Neal the rebound. Jermaine O'Neal 8th in the league at 10.5 boards a game. Has 2 rebounds here. Miller, long jumper, rimmed it.
Those guards have to stay back and help with those long rebounds as Larry did just then.
A great move by Hughes. Tough fadeaway. Got it.
Well, first of all, the move to shake Reggie Miller, and then he has to elevate over Jermaine O'Neal.
Carlisle wants time. Larry Hughes 3 for 4 from the field. He is feeling it here early. 7:04 to play in the first quarter, and the Wizards lead it 12-6.
I love the way you've decorated.
Boy, our test is just
all over him, yep.
Sure is.
You know what we've talked about before, when a player comes out and establishes a certain style of defense, as the game progresses, they start getting away with that.
Hughes, running jumper, rare miss, and it was a tough shot for Larry Hughes, but the shot clock was winding down. Good Pacer defense. Our test jumper missed. Thomas is there.
Washington's guards off to a very good start. Brevin Knight and Hughes combined for 10 of their 12 points.
Hayes pulls up on our test and 6-1. Jarvis Hayes with his first basket of the evening, the rookie from Georgia. Wizards shooting 70% right now, 7 of 10 from the field. Jermaine O'Neal, nothing but. Averages 21.2 points a game. That's 11th in the league. He's 8th in rebounding and 4th in blocked shots at 2.8 per game. He's made both of his field goals here tonight, has 4 points and 3 rebounds. Oh, Thomas fell hard to the floor. He's back up. It was a great pass inside, but Hughes was twisted out of shape. Artest, another fadeaway, missed it. Thomas getting the start at power forward tonight. Brevin Knight's jumper no good. Kwame's there, and a loose ball foul on Washington. It's on to Thomas, his second personal. And Al Harrington will check in for Reggie Miller for the Pacers.
I talked about how deep this team is. As you see the foul occur there, Ton getting the shoulder, knocking, I believe that was O'Neal, out of the way.
And so, excuse me, Ton has to come out with the 2 fouls.
And that brings Brendan Haywood in early. And I thought when he's come in, even for limited time, he's been trying to be aggressive, and that's something that Eddie Jordan wants to see from his big man.
And he'll need to be aggressive tonight. This is a physical team. You have to play their style. Boy, Jermaine O'Neal is so tough.
You know, it's good to see, for Indiana's sake, Jermaine finally at his natural position, which is the power forward so many years. His first couple years coming here, he was forced to play that center spot. Got to come meet the ball.
Wizards with a turnover. They had just too many of them last night. And the short jumper, and he finally missed. Wizards with 24 turnovers last night led to 32 Boston points. Haywood backs in, shoots, and is fouled. Jermaine O'Neal got him, and now Brendan, who has really struggled from the free throw line, will shoot 2. Fans, the Wizards Crown Royal Suites, the perfect place to entertain your business clients, family, or friends. As you watch the replay of this foul, located on our exclusive Acela Club level, the Crown Royal Suite can accommodate up to 99 folks. An ideal hospitality area available for single event rental for all MCI Center events. To host your next event in the Crown Royal Suite, please call 202-661-5110 or visit thewashingtonwizards.com.
Well, he got 1 of 2. And Brendan shooting right around 50% from the free throw line. And as a big man that's going to bang, well, you've got to be a little bit better from the free throw line to help your team.
Brevin Knight following Foster, who gets the bounce and scores his 6th point of the quarter. He's 3 for 4. And the Wizards' lead is 1.
Well, he's not a player that you expect to score a lot of points, but on the same case, you can't just ignore him.
Wizards trying to go inside to Haywood. They do. Brendan off the glass, score the field goal. He'll go to the line.
More and more we notice with Brendan that he's not bringing the ball down when he catches it. He has those long arms, and as a 7-footer, tries to keep it out of range of guards, and that's just what he does here. Watch the lob pass, does a good job of boxing out. Now keeps the ball up. Foster gets the foul. Nice bank shot.
And Brendan makes the 3-point play. In the first meeting between these two this season, back on December 9th, he only played 10 minutes, had just 3 points and 1 rebound. Pacers front court 7 of 11. Their back court has missed all 5 of their shots. Harrington tries from long range, no good. Foster over the top, but he can't climb over the 7-footer, Haywood.
The advantage of being 7 feet.
Kwame and O'Neal banging inside. Kwame with a tough left-handed shot, goes back up and scores.
Nice move. I like that whole sequence there. Box his man out. When they're fronting you, you box them out, accept the lob, and then go strong to the basket.
Wizards by 6. Kwame with 2 points and 3 rebounds. And a foul on Jarvis Hayes as he got tangled up with Al Harrington, and Hayes picks up his 2nd personal. Kwame Brown fighting inside. Wizards tie their largest lead of 6.
The more you discover about the
2 free throws by Harrington. As Steve Blake and Jared Jeffries come into the game, Blake with a sensational shooting performance last night, hit 5 of 7 3-pointers and had a new season in career high. Hughes open, thought about it for a moment. Now he drives, a tough jumper, and he got fouled by Harrington, who got him on the arm.
I thought that Larry might be trying to drop that one off. What do you think? You think that was a shot
Take another look.
Okay.
Came close to going up in the air there.
Yeah, right there. But watch here, he kind of hangs. And Harrington gets him.
Larry's an 81% free throw shooter, averaging 19 points a game, 20th in the league, almost 5 rebounds, a little better than 2 assists, and 1.4 steals, which is 23rd in the league. Oh, he's had a devil of a time making 2 free throws. He makes them on occasion, but
Larry Hughes?
yeah, he's been part of that 1-for-2 scheme.
Not shooting 81%. You can't do that. That's mathematically impossible.
I guess you're right about that. It's time now for the Smoking Stops Here community calendar. For more information on events happening in your community, log on to smokingstopshere.com.
Maybe that worked at the math back at James Madison.
Hey, come on now. Well, let's see. Last night, Larry was 3 for 5. Against Chicago, he was 4 for 4. Seattle, he was 8 for 10. Detroit, 4 for 4. And New Jersey, 1 for 2.
I guess we're both right.
No, you're more right than I am. Jermaine O'Neal, who is in his 8th season in the league, and yet he just turned 25 on October 13th. That's what kills you. Took him right out of high school in Columbia, South Carolina, at Eau Claire High School.
Blake looked like he may have traveled.
Oh, man, collision with Kwame and Johnson inside.
Yeah, he just floored Anthony Johnson. One thing I was going to add, of course, Pacers have 3 high school guys on their team, but I wonder how long they'll last as you get some of those high school guys playing until they're 40.
Anthony Johnson, what do he and Kwame Brown have in common? Anthony Johnson went to Charleston, and Kwame Brown was born in Charleston.
Little known fact.
Jared Jeffries a little short. Haywood tips it up no good. And O'Neal is there for his 6th rebound of the quarter. Blake for Haywood. Nice pass to Jeffries, and it's blocked inside. James is fouled, and he'll go to the line.
All right, Kwame Brown sets a tremendous pick right there on Anthony Johnson. Just floors him, takes him out of the picture. So that's a pick and roll, an easy one. Kwame converts the left-handed shot. And this is a nice pass from Brendan Haywood, only to have Jared have his shot rejected by one of the top shot blockers in the league.
Fred Jones, in his 2nd year from Oregon, is at the line, averages 3.5 points as Mitchell Butler will come in for Brendan Haywood. Mitchell playing in his 15th game with the Wizards. Started his career here in Washington.
Well, with Austin Crocier and now Eddie Jordan decided to counter that with a smaller lineup.
Butler guarded by Artest. They swing it to Blake. He'll take that long jumper, and he is fouled, and will they give him 3?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Called it on Anthony Johnson, and now Steve Blake who has hit 20 of 23 free throws on the season, goes to the line for three.
You think these teams don't have scouting reports that are updated, knowing that last night Steve Blake had a tremendous shooting night from three-point range. They want to get up on him early and take that away. At times, Johnson a little too close. These are the rookie three-point shooting. Kurt Heinrich with 62 with Chicago.
Stevie is 32 of 93 from three-point range. That's 34%. He's getting 19, a little better than 19 minutes a game. He's made 11 starts for the Wizards. And makes all 3 free throws. Washington by 4 with 16 seconds to play in the period. A good quarter for the Wizards. Shot clock is off. Good switch to Kwame out front. Shot drives past him and he scores.
Well, you got to have better collapsing defense than that, especially when you realize that there's a guard being guarded by a 7-footer.
Jermaine O'Neal with 8 points. Fred Jones with an easy basket. Assist to Ron Artest, tied at 26. Steve Buckhantz and Phil Chenier as Juan Dixon is in the game for the first time tonight. Starts the second quarter with Jeffries Blake, Mitchell Butler, and Brendan Haywood. Haywood looking for help. Dumps it down to Butler. Look for the foul, didn't get it. Haywood shoots and scores.
Good looking shot. Points 5 and 6 there for Brendan, but I thought that Mitchell did the right thing. Went up under Artest, should have been awarded a foul.
6 points in 5 minutes for Brendan Haywood. Shot clock at 5. Crozier drives, throws up a wild one and misses. Good no call. Haywood inside. Brendan slams it in.
Nice lob pass there. You see those long arms, 7 feet. You can't defend that when you're only 6'7" and 6'8".
Well, I'm amazed at the way Eddie Jordan has been able to tinker with this Wizards lineup, use all these role players and try to get something out of them, and he's done a great job at it.
He really had to earn his money, huh?
Yep. It has not been easy for the new Wizards head coach, but and people ask us all the time, what do you think of Eddie Jordan? And you know, just watch him. You can see he's an excellent teacher on the floor, a good strategist, has a great basketball mind. I think he's going to be a terrific head coach.
Absolutely, and I think the fact that he played the game like, I think that's a very invaluable benefit to coaching, having a feel for the game.
Jones gets hit by Steve Blake. And correction, it's called on Juan Dixon.
Yeah, Juan Dixon committed the foul, but that's Mitchell Butler that comes over with the block. Here's that lob from Blake, and the long arms stretch out from Brendan, bring it down. He goes up with 2 hands and throws it down. This is the foul at the other end. Juan with the foul, but Mitchell Butler not allowing that basket to go in.
And Fred Jones has come off the bench to be very active for this team. Twice this season, he had his career high against Atlanta, first 15 points, and then he bested that with 18 points against the Hawks. Primož Brezec, in his 3rd year from Slovenia, is in the game. Fans' individual tickets to all Wizards home games through February are on sale. Come see Larry Hughes, Kwame Brown, Juan Dixon, and Steve Blake take on LeBron James with the Cavs and Jermaine O'Neal with the Pacers. Get your tickets now, 202-432-SEAT, or online at WashingtonWizards.com.
See, this is an interesting matchup now. Eddie Jordan forced and Rick Carlisle to make some changes to match up with him, bringing in Brezec, who's 7-footer. getting a sense that maybe Brendan might start to dominate this game somewhat or command too much attention.
Nice drive by Juan Dixon, using his speed to get to the baseline.
He gets by his man there, and he knows he's just going to get pounded. So throw the ball up and hope that you're able to get up on your feet and get your 2 free throws.
Juan shooting 78%, now 60 of 77 from the free throw line. He's getting a little more minutes now the last few games at 17.5 minutes a game. Juan averages about 8.5 points per contest.
In both of their last 2 games, he was instrumental in their surge in the second half.
Wizards ball on the Pacers turnover. Good Washington defense. Again, Fred Jones, a catalyst getting the ball up the court, and he made a nice pass.
So Crozier just couldn't handle it. In fact, loses his footing, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Hit him right in stride, too. Third turnover by the Pacers. Wizards have committed 2. Butler penetrates, lays it off for Haywood. And he gets it.
Shot that one from behind his head, but it still counts. He's a perfect 4 for 4 with 10 points.
In 7 minutes of play, no less. Brendan, whose career numbers are down, his minutes are down.
Yeah, but the guy has some credentials. Picked in the second round, I should say, but his career high in assists came against Washington 2 years ago, his rookie season, 23 assists.
3 years ago, he was runner-up to Shane Battier as the National Player of the Year. And he's had some big assist games against the Wizards as well. O'Neal.
You've got to call that.
And Duke Callahan does. Well, I've seen more contact than a prison riot. And often called.
You've been to prison before? I'm surprised. Boy, look at the contact.
Just
no
in the
question
movies.
about it. Oh, okay.
Just in the movies.
Well, that's Hollywood. That doesn't count.
Brendan Haywood has 3 Wizards field goals in the quarter, all 3, and that's his first miss. He and Kwame have the last 6 Washington field goals going back almost 10 minutes. Good fake. Now Crozier's jumper is off the mark, and Mitchell Butler's there. Here's Steve Blake with no numbers. Wizards by 4, led by as many as 6. Larry Hughes off the Washington bench. Now Juan Dixon with a nice move. Left 3 and buries the jumper.
That's a nice shot for Juan, but I tell you this, on that last possession, you've got your big man going pretty well. I would have dropped that ball into Haywood at first. If he couldn't get anything, let him get it back out to you. It all worked out for the best, though.
Washington on a 6-0 run the last minute and 50 seconds after the game was tied at 30. Anderson. Rather Johnson, and the Wizards will get it back. Juan Dixon may have surprised himself with this move.
Well, here, that's
wide open.
Well, this is after that play where I thought he should have dropped it down to Brendan, but it worked out well. He had to work extremely hard to get that shot.
Juan comes out of the game. Larry Hughes and Brevin Knight are back in, along with Jarvis Hayes. So, again, the role players rotate, and they did a good job giving the Wizards a 6-point lead. Hughes, tough, off the bench, comes in and fires a 3-pointer. And Larry hits his 56th 3-pointer of the season.
Whoa, he traveled. Thank you. Well, a little bit of confusion on the part of Anthony Johnson there. Picked up his dribble, stepped over, and then brought the back foot back over.
Here's our 4th straight 3-pointer by Larry Hughes, but you did a nice job to help Duke Callahan make that call.
I'm here to serve. I just want to help guys out.
Always looking to help out. Wizards have their largest lead of 9 points, and they're on a 9-0 run in the last 2.5 minutes. Steve Buckhantz and Phil Chenier and our Comcast Sportsnet crew here tonight. Hughes again, looked like he got hit on the wrist. He did. And the foul on Jamal Tinsley.
two things about this team that are not holding true tonight. They hold their opponents to low percentage. Right now, Washington shooting very close to 60%. And they also don't send their opponents to the free throw line. This will be the 11th and 12th free throw attempt for Washington so far in this game. I said attempt. I didn't say anything about make.
And again, apologies to your mother, who just is infuriated when I mention a player has a tough time making his free throws. And Larry misses two. Tipped out by O'Neal. Washington ball.
Wayne, I'm sure, felt like Brendan was over his back. See, as a part of the family, I can make those statements. You can't.
Okay.
There, Brendan coming over the back of Jermaine O'Neal.
Last time they played, the Wizards shot 48.5% in that game.
Yeah, they shot the ball well, but they just got out-rebounded by about 14 or 15.
Yeah. 15 on the shot clock. Hughes against Reggie Miller. Finds Jarvis Hayes, who drives on Artest. Tinsley to a cutting Harrington. Fade away jumper. Al Harrington, another one of those high school guys from St. Patrick's High School in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Now in his 6th year in the league. Todd Thomas off the Wizards bench. Brevin Knight drives. High arcing shot. Jeffries is there, and he gets fouled. Knight leaned into Jamal Tinsley and caught him under the chin. On Al Harrington. Hey, fans, visit Washington's newest BMW location at BMW of Sterling, just off Route 28, 3 miles north of Dulles Airport in Sterling, where you'll be pampered, not pressured. Jeffries makes the first free throw, and Jared shooting 57% from the line. Normally, he had been in Eddie Jordan's starting rotation, but Todd Thomas got to start instead tonight. And Jeffries makes both free throws. Again, the Wizards by 9. Double team on Tinsley, and a foul called by Duke Callahan on Brevin Knight.
I've just always been of the belief that defensively, when you have somebody that's picked up their dribble and you've got them double teamed, yeah, play them aggressively, but don't commit the foul. He's got nowhere to go there.
Exactly. You've got him pinned in.
Yeah.
You have the advantage.
Absolutely.
Make him make a bad pass. Reggie Miller swings it into the corner for Harrington. 5 on the shot clock. What a shot.
Well, I told you, Al Harrington, probably one of the top 6 men in the league. He's 3rd on his team in scoring.
Bad pass, good pacer defense, and they force the Wizards not only to commit a turnover, but Larry Hughes to commit a foul. Timeout, 5:32 to go. Just the Wizards' 3rd turnover of the game, and they lead 41-34. starting guards of Tinsley and Miller in the first 19 minutes were 0 for 6. And Brevin Knight draws a foul. But in the last 4 minutes, Tinsley and Miller have made all 4 of their shots. Tinsley has 7 points and Reggie has 2.
Miller clearly not the #1 option for this team offensively, as he has been for most of his career. You see the last time the foul sending Brevin Knight to the line, but he's still, talking about Reggie Miller, he still can hit some big shots on you, and they have just a good mixture of inside and outside players, and they seem to complement each other. That's why they have the best record in the league.
Brevin Knight makes both free throws. Juan Dixon comes out of the game, and Mitchell Butler back in. Wizards continue to play without Gilbert Arenas, who is injured, and of course Gary Stackhouse hasn't played the whole season. Christian Laettner is back. He is available. He played last night and had a double-double in his first game back since the 5-game suspension.
They call it illegal defense there on Brevin Knight.
That results in a technical foul, which sends Reggie Miller to the line, and Reggie, who is 5th all-time.
Is this automatic?
Yes, it is. It is automatic.
It was.
We tried. Reggie is, as I said, 5th highest percentage in league history and the highest free throw shooting percentage among active players. Nice pass. Oh, it's steal. Brevin Knight, great play defensively. Thomas inside, spins, lays it up and in. Good job to avoid a charge.
Yeah, he did. Brevin dropped that ball off so nice and soft.
Boy, that was a terrific series of plays. Brevin Knight, who averages almost 3 steals a game, came up with a huge theft there.
Well, the reason they brought Mitchell Butler in, they wanted to have him to try and cool off Reggie Miller. And you see the pick and roll there. Brevin Knight comes over from the weak side to strip that ball. Al Harrington holding his shoulder there. But Mitchell Butler, another one of those players that is seldom used, but he's always ready when called upon. And he's had some very good, productive games for Eddie Jordan. There's that last play you talk about it, Tom, avoiding the charge, spinning around his man and using the glass.
6 points for Etan Thomas. Brevin Knight, he has really helped this Washington team since coming here from the Phoenix Suns for Jahidi White back on November the 5th. Artest turns and scores. Brevin this evening, 8 points and 5 assists.
Artest is just a big man. I mean, he's listed about 6'7". May not be that tall, but he's every bit of the 250 they have him listed at.
He's solid and he's physical. Kwame, great pass.
Oh, beautiful pass. And Brevin holding his fingers. He, when he came back after that timeout, saw him holding his fingers.
He's had problems with it the last couple of games. He jammed 2 fingers. You can see both of them are taped up. And for a while there was not able to close a fist because of the swelling.
He just has eyes all over the place. He's able to recognize the opening. And that time Kwame kept Al Harrington on his back. And there are the fingers that Steve just talked about on Brevin Knight. Both of them have that elastic band that kind of keeps them from being bent back.
Ron Artest makes one. He'll have another. Juan Dixon and Jared Jeffries back in for Mitchell Butler and Jarvis Hayes.
Washington will have should have the last possession after this. Only a second difference between the 24 shot clock and game clock.
Artest makes them both. And the Pacers have made all 13 of their free throws here tonight. Wizards by 5. And 1 second difference between the shot and game clocks. Dixon pulls the runner. Good.
Well, they left a little time on that clock. Still 6.5 seconds.
Tinsley the other way. Boy, Dixon had him around the jersey with no call. Foster at the buzzer, and that is it. Still, I like to see the Wizards take an open jumper when they have it.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying that they did leave some time, but they scored 57 points against a team that's pretty stingy on defense.
Shooting 63% in the process.
That'll do it.
8 points, 6 assists, and a steal for Brevin Knight. And the Wizards have stunned the Pacers here at halftime, leading by 7. As we send you back to our Comcast Sportsnet studios and join Russ Taylor.
All right, Bud, thanks a lot. Hey there, everybody. I am indeed Russ Taylor here with your DC Lottery Hot 5.
Is that 2 different three-point attempts?
I believe it was. Wizards set it up. Leading by 6. Kick ball, and they'll reset the shot clock to 14. Hey, fans, with Hot 5, you can play and win 25-7. That's $25,000, 7 days a week. Be a part of the DC's Lottery's winning lineup. Play Hot 5 today. 9:01 to go, third quarter. Five seconds to shoot. Knight. And a foul called by Duke Callahan, and it's on the Pacers.
Yeah, I think that's Tinsley. Yeah, Jamal Tinsley on the pick and roll. I think he held up on, was holding on to Kwame Brown.
Third personal on Tinsley. Here it is.
There he is right there, the right side of your screen.
And that's, as I said, the third on Tinsley. And now Duke Callahan and Sean Corbin talking it over. The foul occurred off the ball, as you pointed out. And now they bring Jason Phillips into the huddle. Rick Carlisle coached the Pistons for 2 seasons, including 2 Central Division titles, 1 trip to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Coach of the Year award in 2002.
Excuse me, see, you know what they were trying to figure out is whether they should reset the clock to 24 seconds or 14. In other words, had that shot gone off before they blew the whistle, and therefore they thought it did. So Washington had a full 24 seconds.
Larry Hughes with a miss. The Wizards come out a little bit cold here. Great play by Foster. Washington just 1 of 5 now to start this third quarter, and you can ill afford that dreaded lull against this team.
Yeah.
Wizards by 4. Jeffries drives and lays it in. He got a little spacing with Artest and enabled him to get to the hoop.
Well, actually, I thought Artest was too close up on him, and that's where you have to drive by your man, and that's what Jared did.
O'Neal pulls the trigger. Eddie Jordan wants him to push it up the court. I asked Eddie earlier tonight about the problem with turnovers, something that had plagued this Wizards team in the preseason. Thomas's jumper no good. Jeffries is there and stolen away, but a foul called by Duke Callahan, and he told me that, yeah, we're going to make turnovers, and we have been trying to correct that. But I want this team to move up and down the court. I want them to be aggressive. And naturally, when you're that way, especially with a young team and without your leading players, you're going to get some turnovers.
Well, there are 2 kinds of turnovers. The turnovers that are forced by your opponents, and then sometimes when you're just careless with the ball. Now, if you get your opponent that makes a good defensive play, you got to accept that if you're trying to run the ball.
Larry Hughes missed. Here's Reggie the other way. Swing it into the corner for Tinsley. This is his 3rd three-pointer, and he missed another one.
Sometimes you have too much time as a basketball player.
Boy, wide open, too. Knight drives. Looks like he got hit on the arm, but no call, and Tinsley the other way. Inside O'Neal.
Good job on Jermaine O'Neal, who had the low post position.
And Eddie Jordan will take 2,407 made, 6,046 attempted. A career scoring average of just under 19 points a game. And as I mentioned earlier, 88.6% from the free throw line. 5th highest in league history and highest among all active players.
Yeah, looking at that highlight there, you can see just 40 points away from his 24,000th point.
Christian Laettner in for the first time tonight after a big game. Kwame traveled, no call, and can't get the roll. O'Neal the rebound. Artest lost the ball out of bounds. It'll go to the Wizards. He wanted a foul on Laettner, no call.
Well, I thought twice he did a good job of getting the position on Laettner, forcing Laettner to come over the back, and Laettner very fortunate right here. He gets the baseline on him, and then he uses that muscle. Now it's Kwame that's over the back.
Neither team shooting well so far in this quarter, Phil.
Both teams 2 for 10, I think, right?
Wizards 2 for 11. Kwame, good move inside, draws a foul.
Well, that's what Kwame is doing that is helping him along in his progress. That is getting to the free throw line. He's not comfortable shooting outside jump shots, but he does have foot speed that enables him to get to the basket and then get to the free throw line, and he's been making his free throws.
Fans, the Wizards are hosting a special Latin night when they take on the Suns Friday, January 30th. Here, come see your favorite Wizards. And don't miss halftime when the In-Time production dancers perform a special salsa routine. Call your 202-432-SEAT or order at Ticketmaster.com for tickets. 1 free throw made.
That almost went in. It was deflected. It was a pass. It was deflected.
Brendan Haywood, who had a terrific first half up off the bench. Kwame inside, fouled from behind, and again, Brevin Knight with a perfect feed to Kwame.
You know, that's all Brevin is really thinking about doing in terms of generating and running this offense, looking to get the ball to open players, and his big men are responding well. Here, pick and roll, watch in the direction of the ball, never turning his back to the ball. I think that's important when you run your pick and roll, and Foster comes up with the foul.
Kwame 2 for 3 from the line, has 10 points in the game. He'll have one more. Got it. Wizards by 9, matching their largest leads. Steve Buckhantz and Phil Chenier with you here courtside. The Wizards try to improve on a record of 12 and 29. Air ball shot by Foster. See if the Wizards can take advantage. Pacers shooting to start this quarter has been horrible, to say the least. The Wizards equal at 2 of 11, but have made the free throws. Laettner, long jumper, a little bit short. Foster's there for the rebound. Christian with a double-double last night in the loss to the Celtics. Nice play and a foul called by Duke Callahan. Boy, that's a tough call.
Oh, if anybody, Jermaine was the one fouled because Kwame actually anticipated that and beat him to the ball. Watch here. He comes from the behind side. Jermaine trying to hold him off because he's not reacting to the pass.
Neither team has scored a field goal in 3.5 minutes. Laettner battles with Harrington. Down low, Artest. Blocked by Haywood. Hughes the other way. Larry finds Kwame, and now Knight will set it up. Pick and roll. Laettner the open jumper, a little short.
Obviously, they need Christian to hit those shots. He's had 2 shots that he normally would make.
12 rebounds for Jermaine O'Neal. Stripped away by Knight. Finds Foster, who scores easily.
That's twice that we've seen Jermaine O'Neal go down on the floor for a loose ball and maintain a what could be an important possession.
Washington by 7 after they had a chance to build on that lead, and Leitner calls for an offensive foul. And Harrington gets up in his face. Leitner with a wicked elbow, and let's see what's going to happen here with the officials.
Well, watch how quickly, when he gets his face right there, I don't think that he was trying to elbow him. Let's see again. Again, I think Al Harrington just actually hits his elbow with the face. You like that description?
Well, that's one way of looking at it. That's looking at it from Christian's point of view, and I guess if you're looking at it from Al Harrington's point of view, he caught one in the jaw. But that was a pretty wicked shot. And the officials trying to figure out what the call is going to be. In the meantime, Teray Braggs is set to check in for Washington. Take one more look at this.
It's a combination of the two. I think Al just had his head a little bit too far in there, and then Leitner trying to create spacing, but unfortunately catches him in the head there.
Shirley didn't argue with the call. He just walked right away from it.
You know, years ago, that was the way you played the game. If somebody got that close to you, you were taught to clear them out. I don't want to teach any young kids bad habits, but that's the way the game started out being played.
Of course, Leitner's in his 12th year, so he's been around a while.
Number 3, Al Harrington for Indiana.
Rick Carlisle, Eddie Jordan meet with Duke Callahan while Larry Hughes shoots a free throw.
Larry's shooting free throw.
They called a technical foul on Al Harrington
For following.
for mouthing off, and now Johnson, Anthony Johnson will shoot, it appears.
Why wouldn't Harrington?
No, now it's Harrington, the shooter, or rather the recipient of the elbow. Now
Harrington gets called for taunting.
He'll get 2. And makes 1.
Well, if it's a flagrant 2, then Christian would be gone. So it's just a flagrant 1.
And Leitner remains on the bench.
Let's see how both teams respond to this little emotional charge here.
Was a flagrant 1 called on Leitner. Hughes with a great steal. There's Teray Braggs, who the Wizards picked up 3 games ago after playing for Yakima in the CBA. Steve Blake back in. Hughes, baseline, splits defenders, has it knocked out of bounds with 6 seconds to shoot.
Ron Artest now has the assignment of Larry Hughes, and that's going to be a good matchup. Hughes with the quickness, but Artest much stronger. Got to get it up.
Fires a long jumper, missed it, and a 24-second violation. So Indiana defense keeps the Wizards from getting off a good shot.
As a player, every time there's any stoppage in the game, you look at and check that 24-second shot clock. Every time, just make that a habit so you're always aware of how it's winding down. I got the impression that maybe they weren't aware that they only had about 5 or 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Just the 7th turnover tonight. Both teams playing some defense. Now Harrington pulls up on Bragg and hits. And the Wizards lead is 5. 2:50 to go in the quarter. Kwame inside, up strong, and off the glass.
Boy, he had defenders flying by him on both sides.
13 points for Kwame Brown, who had his career high against Milwaukee with 23 on January 4th. 7 rebounds for Kwame. Hughes for the long jumper, way short. Haywood is there, and he's fouled.
Well, that's what happens when you start overloading the sides. You have a mismatch like that. Anthony Johnson is 6'3", trying to stop Brendan Haywood at 7 feet from getting that offensive rebound and putback.
2:20 to go in the third quarter. The Wizards will shoot 1 plus the penalty, leading by 7.
Actually, Brendan, not much he could do there. Nice lob pass, and Jermaine finally gets the field goal.
Kwame makes the first free throw. He's 4 of 5 from the line. Gets them both. 15 points and 8 rebounds for Kwame Brown. And again, Washington by 9 with 1:49 to go.
Eddie Jordan telling his team to be active, be active.
Pacers allow 84.3 points per game. Only Houston and San Antonio allow fewer points than the Pacers, and the Wizards have 71 right now. Jones baseline. Cross court, they throw it away.
You get hurt like that.
Hey fans, the time is now for incredible savings and low financing at Leesburg Honda and Toyota. Easy to find on Route 7 at Cardinal Park Drive in Leesburg, Virginia. Austin Crozier checks into the Indiana lineup. The Wizards with Teray Braggs, Steve Blake, Jarvis Hayes, Brendan Haywood, and Kwame Brown. Washington leading by 9.
See if they can capitalize off that last turnover from Indiana.
A chance to get their largest lead. Good pass underneath. Hayes lost the ball when it hit the bottom of the basket. Hit the backboard underneath, and the Wizards are not able to get the field goal there. Knocked away near steal. Harrington jumper good. Wow, that's unfortunate. Al Harrington, 5 of 9, has 13 points. Jarvis Hayes, big basket, 2-point field goal. Juan Dixon off the Wizards bench. Here's a look at our play-by-play with Eddie Jordan coaching from the sideline. Fred Jones, runner good. Fred in his second year from Oregon. Eddie Jordan wants to play for one shot. 3-second difference between the game and shot clock. Blake looks to penetrate. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Tipped up into the air. Crozier, double dribble, no call. And Eddie Jordan out onto the floor said, hey, what about the double dribble on Crozier? Had that bucket gone in, it would have been a 3-point shot. Kwame with a terrific game. He's 5 of 8 from the floor, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 15 points. And after 3 in Washington, a stunner. The Wizards lead the Pacers 73-66.
Hello. Hi, I'm calling about the ad for your car. Can you tell me more about it? Oh, sure. She's a 2000, runs great, excellent condition. I got her for my son. He's off to college next year, and he won't need it. Great kid. Got a scholarship. He loves that car.
There's a better way to buy used. Certified pre-owned Volkswagen. With thorough inspections and 2-year limited warranties, they're actually as good as they sound.
Steal on Johnson. Eddie Jordan screams out pick and roll. Fred Jones, now Haywood out to Crozier. Crozier takes the 3 and misses.
Good hustle from Brendan.
Harrington the rebound with a fresh 24. Swing it to Crozier this time, a little bit more of an open jumper, and he misses that, but he chases down the rebound again. Johnson fires for 3. Follow no good, and a loose ball foul on Christian Laettner.
Well, unfortunate happening. Why Washington not able to get those defensive rebounds? Because at that point they were chasing the three-point shooter so much that it left the middle open for those long rebounds.
Vance Eastern's Automotive Group, where your job is your credit, 100% guaranteed approval with over $400 million to lend and the largest selection of over 600 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Call 1-888-418-2222 or visit easterns.com. Pacers got 3 offensive rebounds on that possession.
But once again, I mean, there's a reason for that. They were so stretched out chasing the shooters that those long rebounds got some Pacer bounces.
Wizards are unbeaten when leading after 3. And speaking of 3s,
He's back.
Steve Blake hit 5 of them last night in Boston, a new career high. He had previously made 3 in a game 3 different times, but they get him right back. Al Harrington, just his 13th three-pointer on the season, and he has 16 points in the game. Blake for Laettner. Takes the jumper. That's a little strong. Haywood is there.
become deadly from that area. We showed you a stat earlier. Early on, struggled for three-point shooting, but since December 10th, shooting just under 40% from three-point range, Steve Blake has added or shown that dimension of his game.
Wizards matched their largest lead that they had a moment ago with a 10-point advantage. Our test on Butler nearly traveled.
Boy, good job boarding there by all the Wizards, even though Hayward came up with it. Did a good job of boxing out, though.
Dixon will try a long-range shot. No good. Artest has the rebound. Third rebound for Ron Artest. Harrington baseline. Reverse shot short. Gets his own rebound. And Leitner pulls it away. And a loose ball foul will be called on Austin Crocher. Leitner was going after and Crocher pulled him down.
I didn't see that. What I saw was Leitner trying to use his body to shield it off Crocher from the ball. Let's take a second look.
Outscored Indiana's 36-30 in the game. Haywood with 12, Blake with 10, and Dixon with 8. See Jared Jeffries there getting some attention.
Good job by Steve, dropping both those free throws.
Steve Blake has the last 8 Washington points. Wizards with their largest lead of 12. Miller, this is like a foul shot.
Boy, you don't want to give him time and let him start heating up.
6 points for Reggie Miller on 2 of 5 shooting. And just like that, the lead down to 9. Three seconds to shoot. Nice move. That's partially blocked. And a 24-second violation, but the Pacers get possession. Miller again for 3. Wow. O'Neal short jumper good. Eddie Jordan wants time. O'Neal, 12 points and 13 rebounds, and Jordan takes time with 7:40 to go in regulation.
You work hard for your money. Now you're ready to drive the car you deserve. Hi, I'm Charles Mann for Passport BMW in Marlow Heights. When it's time to get your own BMW, don't pass up Passport. A huge inventory means no waiting. BMW certified service means peace of mind. And the Passport price means you drive today.
Passport BMW has the area's best selection of certified pre-owned BMWs.
Passport BMW in Marlow Heights. For the best price, look no further than your own backyard.
The clients are on their way. Fix the AC now!
We're still waiting for the wiring diagrams to download.
Now!
Okay.
Problems with long wireless downloads? Introducing Verizon Wireless Broadband Access. Download within the D.C. area with the fastest wide-area mobile connection in the U.S. at typical speeds of 300 to 500 kilobits per second. Network enabled by Lucent Technologies.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Automatic transmission. Standard. Vented disc brakes and ABS. Standard. Leather-wrapped steering wheel. Standard. Alloy wheels and 180-watt stereo. Yep. Standard. Let your Nissan dealer introduce you to the redesigned 2004 Nissan Sentra 2.5S. With 0.9 financing for 60 months or $2,500 cash back. We've raised the standards.
Hey fans, fall asleep to the game, wake up to the highlights every morning. Wake up to Sports Rise, the one place for your morning fix of your news on your favorite teams every morning at 6. Only on Comcast Sportsnet. Board game summary.
Well, Washington shooting the ball extremely well, almost 48%, getting to the free throw line and converting. Both teams with three-point field goals, but a lot more attempts coming from Indiana.
Wizards by 7. They led by 12 a moment ago. And then Reggie hit a 3. O'Neal hit a 2-point field goal. It's been close to an error-free game. No turnovers in the fourth quarter. Indiana has 8 for the game. The Wizards 7. Ouch. Al Harrington. And the lead is 4. 19 for Harrington. And the momentum has turned as Indiana's on an 8-0 run. Kwame left open for the jump shot.
That's a good shot coming from Kwame.
Assist to Hughes, 17 points for Kwame on 6 of 10 shooting. Harrington left alone for 3, and he missed that one. Foster tipped it out of bounds. Wizards ball. Eddie Jordan shouting instructions to Jarvis Hayes, who plays with 5 personal fouls. And Brendan Haywood gets a rest. Tom Thomas back in. Hughes, Blake, Thomas, Hayes, and Kwame. Kwame shaking his right hand. He looked like he jammed his finger somehow. 6 seconds. Hayes gets fouled by Tinsley, who doesn't like the call. Fifth personal on Tinsley.
Got to be careful driving through those defenders there. You see Jarvis trying to split the two. Good call by the official foul, but sometimes they don't make those calls.
Tinsley comes out, and Anthony Johnson, in his 7th year from Charleston, back into the game. Last year, the Wizards and the Pacers split 2 games. Seconds, Kwame. Hayes working for a closer jump shot.
How good does that get? They took every bit of the shot clock.
Washington by 8. O'Neal. Double team, nearly stolen, turns, shoots and misses. Thomas is there. Well, that's a big rebound. Blake drives the other way. Underneath Hughes. Steve Blake, a fire plug, pushes it up the court. And the Wizards on a 6-0 run after the Pacers went on an 8-0 run, and a timeout at the MCI Center.
The weather was so much better yesterday.
A bad day in Florida beats a good day almost anywhere else. Southwest Airlines offers the most nonstop service from the D.C. area to the Sunshine State.
You are now free to move about the country.
Gentlemen, this is what we're all about. Richard! NBA League Pass lets fans watch every NBA game. And no matter what city you live in, NBA League Pass.
But Knight had 6 assists with no turnovers. Together, Phil, 10 assists and no miscues.
Coming from your point guard, how about that?
14,305 in attendance tonight. Miller off a screen, misses. O'Neal takes it away from Thomas and a new 24. 5:07 to play in regulation. O'Neal, short jumper, missed it. Blake is there. Boy, the Wizards have scrapped here tonight.
Well, I was going to say, what we said we called for, they had to have good production from the inside.
Pass to Thomas, jumper, and an offensive foul is called on a Tom Thomas.
Didn't see it, but sounds to me like he was pushing off with that left hand.
Third
forearm.
All right. Just call them at both ends. Wide open jumper, good from Anthony Johnson, who averages 7 points a game. Johnson has 6 tonight. Jared Jeffries, a sprained right ankle, will not come back tonight. Hughes looking to the hoop, and he lays it in.
Well, that's something you really don't want to see happen, a missed shot and a quick conversion.
8 points for Reggie. Kwame inside. Fouled as he goes up. He got good body angle at the basket.
You know, that's the thing. You've got to use what you have, and Kwame has a beautiful body there. He's almost 7 feet. Call him, they list him at 6'11", but about 245, 250. He's wide, but still quick. And if he gets down low, there's no way guys are going to strip the ball from behind him. He's showing good footwork, and he's finding his way to the free throw line.
And the Wizards have made 11 free throws in a row. Hey fans, the Wizards Crown Royal Suite, the perfect place to entertain your business clients, family, or friends, located on our exclusive Acela Club level. Ooh, can accommodate up to 99 guests. And you can get it for single event rentals for all MCI Center events. Call 202-661-5110 or WashingtonWizards.com. Into the corner. Harrington drives. Short jumper good. 21 points for Al Harrington, who's 5 away from matching his season high of 26 against Milwaukee. Into Kwame again. Nice pass for Hughes. And he's fouled. Good look by Kwame.
And he was really being pressured. Jermaine O'Neal all over him. I think there was another defender that was trying to stick behind him.
That.
And he saw the cutter. We'll get a good look.
He knew there was too much pressure on him, Phil. And wisely passed it off. Well, he's getting better and better at
delivering that pass from the low post position. You're right.
First miss in 12, make it 13 attempts. So Larry, who 81% free throw shooter, but 3 of 7 tonight. That's tough. Wizards by 7, 3:08 to play. Harrington baseline, strong move, stolen away by Thomas. He got up in the air with nowhere to go, and Thomas is
picked up his dribble. Oh. They had numbers defensively, so wisely they double-teamed Steve Blake, and Blake calls the timeout. They've got to inbound the ball to the front court.
Less than 3 to go. We'll see if the Wizards can hang on.
You think about the conditions people have to drive in, how they're not always perfect. Then you build the 2004 Volvo with electronically controlled all-wheel drive for confidence on any road.
A streak is on the line in the ACC. Maryland goes for a 12th straight win against the Clemson team due for an upset. ACC Sunday Night Hoops on Comcast Sportsnet. Every night at 6:30, 10 and 1 a.m., we've got what you're looking for. All the news on your favorite teams, the interviews, highlights, analysis, and more, all in one place 3 times a day. Sports Night, 6:30, 10 and 1 a.m., only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hi, everybody. I'm Russ Taylor. And I would be Scott Hansen. Please join us later tonight for Sports Night. Yeah, the Wizards, they open up a 7-game homestand tonight against Reggie Miller and the Pacers. We'll have highlights and also post-game reaction. The Hoyas try to step up against the #1 team in the nation. We'll have a Georgetown Duke recap. And we'll continue our hoops theme as we run down the rest of the day's local and national college basketball results. You know, those stories and much more, Russ, tonight at 10 o'clock after Wizards post-game live.
Our Subway play of the day, Steve Blake. Nice pass inside to Kwame, who scores with the left hand. The Wizards lead 92-85, 2:57 to go in regulation. And Washington facing tough pressure now from the Pacers on the inbound.
So they at least got it past the half-court line, right?
They did, and they took 1 second off the clock. 14 to shoot. 9 to shoot. Inside Hughes. Off the glass. What a play.
Once again, it's Kwame delivering the pass, but having heads up, staying cool and calm. Delivered a beautiful pass to Larry. And how about the finish from Larry Hughes?
Up in the air. Boy, Kwame was so patient with that ball, just waiting. Very judicious this Wizards team has been tonight. Artest scores. He has 13 points. Wizards have committed just 8 turnovers in the game. Kwame's jumper shot.
Under the conditions, this might be Kwame's best game this year. He's played judicious basketball, made good passes. How many assists does he have?
Well, he's got 21 points, 8 rebounds, and just the one assist, which is hard to believe.
Yeah. Nice jump hook in the middle.
And he also has no turnovers. No turnovers for Kwame.
Well, I think that's a key stat that we'll be talking about for some time. The fact that they did a very good job throughout this game protecting the ball. Still got some time to play.
Jarvis Hayes commits his 6th personal foul and has fouled out of the game, gets a nice round of applause. 2:02 to go. Can the Wizards withstand the Pacers? Artest fadeaway. How good has he been? Boy, he's just pretty much unstoppable. Wizards over the timeline in good fashion. 1:50 to go. Washington by 7. Kick ball, and the shot clock will remain at 14. Wizards 12 and 29 on the year. The Pacers 33 and 12. Four seconds. Blake throws it up, and he's fouled. He went down hard too, and he's holding.
Harrington tried to draw the charge, but all he did was low bridge him. And you're right, a very dangerous play and a tough ball from Steve Blake.
I like to see it again.
There you see, he's still moving, takes his legs out.
Wasn't intentional.
No, he wasn't trying to hurt him. He's trying to draw the charge, but that's what happened.
Blake
holding his knee.
Yeah, it did.
Well, that's another big part of this game has been Washington's free throw shooting.
Stevie 6 for 6 from the line, has 12 points. And the Wizards as a team, now 26 of 33 from the free throw line. 8-point Wizards lead. Artest guarded by Braggs, and he holds him. And Teray Braggs is called for the foul.
Well, he's not calling it in the act of shooting, so it's not a penalty. Now Washington will be in the penalty from this point on. Consume time, forcing to consume time.
Harrington fumbled it. Now Tinsley the long three, no good. Kwame chases it and gets it. Big rebound for the Wizards with 1:09 to play.
Kwame one rebound away from another double-double.
Blake goes inside for Kwame. Off the glass and in.
Assist to Steve Blake. Nice finish from Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown has tied his career high with 23 points, 8 in the quarter. And these fans have come to their feet here in Washington. What a gutty effort by this beaten up Wizards team.
Well, we said it was going to take a supreme effort to beat this team, the team with the best record in the league. They come off a loss last night at home against Houston. And it was going to take good, sound inside play, limiting your turnovers. They had to score some points and shoot a good percentage. They did all those things. Kwame Brown getting the nice assist pass from Steve Blake. who continues to set his teammates up for assists, and Washington still in single-digit turnovers.
Boy, Steve Blake has played a terrific game tonight.
They've got tremendous play from their point guards. I think he and Brevin Knight combined show you some very solid numbers.
Wizards have outscored Indiana 16-10 in the last 5 quarters.
But the Wizards have been able to match them with excellent shooting of their own, 9 for 15, leading to 26 points.
Kwame had 8 points in that 16-10 run, Phil, and he has, as I said, matched his career high of 23, which he had on January 4th against Milwaukee at NC Outlet. Cat with 58.4 seconds to go against most teams. That would be a safe lead.
Just play smart, play smart. Still do the team time, don't get any lead.
And the Wizards with a steal. Blake going the other way. He's fouled by Kinsley. And is it a clear path to the basket? That's the question. He'll get 2 regardless.
Yeah, they're in the penalty. That won't matter.
I think he just misdribbled here off his foot.
Yeah, he just missed it, but Blake in the position to pick it up, and that's what you want to do as a defender, especially in this situation. You're up, you don't go for the steal, but you're in position to capitalize if they make a mistake, and that basket won't count.
But the free throw does. Tinsley fouled out of the game. Steve Blake, after hitting 5 3-pointers last night, has 13 points. Now 14 points in the game. And the Wizards on the threshold of handing the Pacers their 2nd consecutive loss. Reggie for 3. Blake, great job to get it across the timeline. That's one of the facets of the game that he brings this team. The ability to push the ball up the court and create, which Eddie Jordan loves. Blake, 11 points in the 4th quarter, now 12. Kwame with 8 in the period.
Once again, you're talking about 2 guys that are coming off the bench, giving you that spark plug energy.
Steve had his career high last night of 17 points with those 5 3-pointers. And he's 1 point away from matching that here with 16 in the game. Wizards, just the 3rd team this year to score 100 points against the Pacers.
Right, also something else not happening a lot against the Pacers. This is only their 2nd back-to-back loss of the season. They lost, as we mentioned, against Houston last year.
Reggie Miller with 12 points.
I said last year, I meant last night.
Right.
Of course, you weren't listening to me, but...
No, well... How do you know that? Reggie gets them both. His season-high 31 at New York. And Blake is fouled immediately. Miller with 13 points, 10 in the quarter, but too little too late. Our player of the game tonight, and boy, you could pick a few from the Wizards, but
tough choice.
Look at those numbers.
But it's a good one, though.
23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, and an assist for Kwame Brown.
The last time I heard you mention it, he had no turnovers. Is that still
That's
the case?
correct.
That's even better line.
Boy, what a night for the young man who got the start at center again, along with Tom Thomas and Jarvis Hayes. Artest for Johnson's open jumper, good. Brags quickly to bring the ball in to Kwame, who's fouled, and he'll have a chance to set a new career high. Al Harrington picks up the personal. Boy, this has been, besides the Wizards look like they're coming away with this victory, it's been a heck of a game here.
It really has, and what I really like about it is it seems like every time that Indiana has raised their level. The Wizards have seemed to stay right with them and raise their level as well, and that's certainly a very positive note for tonight's game.
Kwame 8 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. He missed his first. Since then, he's 9 for 9, and he has a new career high, 25 points for Kwame Brown.
And the good thing about it is you do it in a winning cause and against a very good team.
Yeah, great team. Boy, this is one of the best wins the Wizards have had in a long, long time, and the fans here at the phone booth appreciate it. Just one turnover in the fourth quarter for Washington, and what a victory this is as the Wizards improved to 13-29 and 9-10 here at home.
Exciting game, and certainly the fans feel the same way. They're on their feet, giving an ovation to all of these guys, the effort that they gave. And let's hope, like we said, this is the string of 7 consecutive home games. Let's hope this is the beginning of something real good for them.
Kwame Brown with a new career high 25 points. Steve Blake did the job again.